Myself, Nannor Prakash, Department of Chemistry in Mahatma Phule Arts, Science and Commerce College, Panvel. Today we are going to study of 12th chemistry chapter. Name of the chapter is Alcohol, Phenol and Ether. One question asked in my mind, what is alcohol? Here, alcohols are the hydroxyl derivative of hydrocarbon in which one or more hydrogen atoms are replaced by bond OH group. For example, suppose CH4 in which this hydrogen atom replaced by this bond OH, it gives CH3OH. Name of this compound, it is called as methyl alcohol, or it is also known as methanol. Another example, C2H5 bond OH. It is also called as alcohol. Name of this compound is ethyl alcohol, or it is also known as ethanol. Then these alcohol are represented as R bond OH. R bond OH. Here this R is the any alkyl group. Any alkyl group present in its compound. For example, you also write R is the C2H5. This is ethyl group. Put in this R, it gives ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Then the general formula of this alcohol is CnH2n plus 2O. They are the functional isomers of ether. The next point, classification of alcohols. On the basis of hydroxyl group present in the molecule, alcohol are classified as 4 different types. First one is monohydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohol. In this compound, mono means single, hydric means hydroxy group are present. This monohydric alcohol contain only one hydroxyl group in their molecule called as monohydric alcohol. For example, see here C2H5 bond OH. In this compound contain one hydroxyl group is present called as monohydric alcohol. Second example, in this molecule only one hydroxy group is present called as monohydric alcohol. Name of this compound is N-propyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol. Second classification of monohydric alcohol is dihydric alcohol. This dihydric alcohol contain two hydroxyl groups in their molecule called as dihydric alcohol. It is also called as diol or glycol. For example, OH, CH2, OH. In this compound, two hydroxy group is present called as ethylene glycol or ethane 1,2-diol. Di means 2 and ol means alcohol. Alcohol represent as also in IPC nomenclature ol, therefore 1,2-diol. Then second example, this example also contain 2 hydroxy group OH and this OH. OH CH2 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond OH. Name of that compound is propane 1,3-diol. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3 number represent as hydroxy group, therefore name of that compound is propane 1,3-diol. Then third one, trihydric alcohol. In this compound also contain 3 hydroxy group. 3 hydroxy group in their molecule called as trihydric alcohol, or it is commonly called as triols or glycerol. Tri means 3, ol means hydroxy group or alcohol called as triol. For example, glycerine or glycerol. See here in this example OH, OH, CH2, CH, OH, CH2, OH. In this compound contain 3 hydroxy group is present called as triols, or it is also known as glycerol or glycerine. It is in between its IPC name of that compound propane 1, 2, 3 triols. Then next classification is that polyhydric alcohol. Poly means many, or contain more than 3 hydroxyl group in their molecule situated on different carbon atoms called as polyhydric alcohol. For example, sorbitol. See here in this example OH, OH, CH2, CH, OH, CH, OH, CH, OH, CH, OH, CH2, OH. Name of that compound is sorbitol. It contains 6 hydroxyl group is present. This is hexahydric alcohol. It is commonly known as sorbitol. These are the 4 hydroxyl classification of monohydric alcohol. Next one, this classification of monohydric alcohol is depend on the hybridization of carbon atoms to which the hydroxyl group is attached, in which first alcohols containing CsP3 bond. CsP3 bond means carbon sp3 hybridized carbon are joined to this hydroxyl group. For example, suppose CS3 bond CH2 bond OH. This hydroxyl group are joined to this carbon having sp3 hybridized. It's why this alcohol containing CsP3 bond. This is ethyl alcohol. Then these alcohol are further classified into 3 different types. One is primary alcohol, then secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. You also know the primary carbon atom, secondary carbon atom, and tertiary carbon atom. This is related with each other. Suppose, see here, first, primary alcohol. Primary alcohol indicated as 1 degree. For example, CH3, CH2, OH. This is primary carbon atom. This hydroxyl group are joined to this primary carbon atom called as primary alcohol. Why it is primary carbon? Because this carbon having are joined to another only one carbon atom called as primary carbon atom. Okay, and these hydroxyl group are joined to this primary carbon atom. It is called as primary alcohol. Then second one, secondary alcohol. For example, this hydroxyl group is attached to secondary carbon atom. Secondary carbon atom called as secondary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol. This is isopropyl alcohol or secondary alcohol. This secondary alcohol represent as 2 degree alcohol. Then third one, tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol also represent as 3 degree. For example, CH3, C, CH3 and CH3. Then OH. This OH is attached to tertiary carbon atom called as tertiary alcohol. Okay. This is tertiary butyl alcohol, in which OH group is attached to primary, secondary and tertiary carbon atoms respectively in these molecules. Then second one, like this, tertiary compounds. The next one, this classification of monohydric alcohol, like allylic alcohol. In this alcohol, OH group is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom next to carbon-carbon double bond, that is allylic carbon. Allylic may be primary, secondary or tertiary. For example, see here, this OH group is attached to sp3. This carbon having sp3 hybridized, and this OH is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom next to carbon-carbon double bond. It is called as a allylic alcohol. Name of this compound is propane 2En1OL. Then other next examples, okay, like this. The next one, classification of monohydric alcohols in benzylic alcohol. In this alcohol, OH group is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom next to an aromatic ring called as benzylic alcohol. Benzylic alcohol also can be classified as primary, secondary and tertiary. Here, this OH is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom next to an aromatic ring called as benzylic alcohol. Name of this compound is benzyl alcohol. Another one is 1-phenyl ethanol. Then next one, 2-phenyl propane 2OL. This is primary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol. This one is tertiary alcohol. The next point, B point, alcohol containing carbon sp2 hybridized. This point seen in next lecture. Okay, thank you.